Mr. Ortiz and Ms. Laisher for the opportunity. And the one thing I want to point out as well too, you notice that for everybody, if you notice, reps sound like reps, leaders sound like leaders, assistant managers sound like assistant managers, owners sound like owners. If you notice, there's a common thread, and not in terms of who we are, because obviously Mr. Ortiz are different people, but I see myself being in a position where he's at, right? So I see myself, when I hear him, I hear the things that he's saying, I'm like, man, that's the same thing that I was just thinking, right? You ever heard them talking, you hear somebody who inspires you talking, you're like, man, I think the same exact way, right? In this business, you're able to surround yourself with individuals who actually think the same way. But it's just levels to it, right? Because as an entry level, you don't know a lot. You're still trying to learn, regardless of your past experiences, because nobody cares. The reality, nobody cares about what you did. What we care about is what you're doing, right? Nobody cares who your daddy is, who your mom is, how much money you got. This business is based on how well you're able to understand the concepts of how we go to market. So if you want to get to that next level, for me, it was really just about being a student and listening to those who knew more than me, regardless of my age. I've learned from I've learned from Logan, I've learned from Nahome, for God's sakes. He's what, 19 years old? What, 19? 20, I'm sorry. You look 19, but you know.
Thank you. Black don't cry.
The goal is to be able to keep a student mentality at no matter what level you're at, right? So I'm definitely have a lot of gratitude, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to grow. Hit that restart button. It's okay to hit the restart button, no matter where you are in life, no matter how old you are, where you're at. If you can hit the reset button, you got a better game plan. Just learn from your mistakes.
Right. Sir.
Again, your promotion's not based on how much money you got. If there's one thing I can say is I have been consistent. And when I say I've been consistent, what do y'all think I mean? Are we think I'm talking about sales?
Showing up.
Everything.
Effort.
1000%, I've been consistent with my attitude the entire time I've been here.
Right.
I've always been dependable, reliable. I've made mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I've made mistakes. I've made mistakes. But I've never made excuses for my mistakes.
Right.
I've always owned them. And that's sometimes what people get scared of. It's like the reason why people don't share their goals with each other is because of the fear of failure. The fear of how other people are going to look at you if you don't actually do what you said that you were going to do, right? You got to let go of that fear. I'd rather be around a group of people that are going to challenge me to be the best version of myself.
Right.
So, the one thing I've been consistent on, like I said, was attitude, but emotional stability. When I hear Mr. Ortiz talk about, being able to keep your mind in order, right? Here's the thing. Sometimes people think that the sales is going to solve a lot of their problems. No, it's you solve the problem to get the sales to fix your issue. I can't be in the field trying to drive revenue if I got problems at home and I don't know how to fix it, right? I have to be stable enough, mentally and emotionally enough, to go out to the field to perform, to fix the problem. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
I fix the problem by fixing myself. So if, for wherever you're at in your career, just realize the answer is actually right in the mirror, right? You just got to figure it out. And there's a group of people that are around you that's going to help you do that if you keep a student mentality, because you can't fill a cup that's already full, right? Regardless of where you at or how much you think you know. Put it like this, if you know, you wouldn't be here. If you knew, you'd be running your own company. If you knew, you'd be driving the Lambo. But if you ain't where you want to be, we got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen twice as much as you think you talking. You think you're talking something, but there's somebody else who always know more. Keep a student mentality, no matter what level you are in the position, in the business. Obviously, being production is a part of this, right? I'm not going to say sales ain't part of it. Of course, we have to be consistent, right? Our clients need us to make sure that we're driving revenue, but we use this opportunity to build our organization, to build our own legacy, right? Don't get me wrong, I love Mr. Ortiz, but I told Mr. Ortiz, I don't want to work for you. It's the truth. Why? Because he sees something in me that I can branch out and do my own work. It's exactly what he was talking about yesterday. And it's so crazy because everything that he was talking about yesterday, I was literally writing down the speech, so I had to adjust it. So we weren't talking the same things. But I see myself building my own legacy. But I'm absolutely using this opportunity at Las Vegas Premier Marketing to do that. Ladies and gents, we are in Las Vegas, for God's sakes. If I am a betting man, I'm betting on every single body in this damn room. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
I'm in Vegas, right?
Yes,
I'm not
sir.
saying to gamble or nothing like that, but if I'm a betting man, I'm betting on myself, and I'm betting on this company's program to be able to help me get the house, help me put my mom on payroll, help me get the car, help me live the lifestyle that I know that I deserve. So I'll leave you with this. A real leader, in my opinion, is not somebody who can tell people what to do. That's easy. We can hire a 3-year-old to do that. Little 3-year-old tell you what to do, no problem. My definition of a real leader is a person who can get people to do what's asked of them, right? Without being told. If the job needs to get done, Mr. Ortiz inspires me. If something's going wrong, I know Mr. Ortiz and Miss Lacia, because she holds me just as accountable. If y'all know Miss Lacia, she holds you just as accountable, right?
Yeah.
If I know it needs to get done, I'm not waiting on somebody else to tell me to do it. I'm just gonna do it. So for me, a leader is not somebody who can tell people what to do, but someone who can get people to do what's asked of them. So build your brand. I Will Enterprise, to me, I had 3 rules within my team. 1, I Will Enterprise, 1, master the art of negotiation. Learn how to give a little to gain a lot. If you learn how to negotiate, ladies and gents, it's gonna help you in your life, in relationships, with your family, in business, knowing how to negotiate, right? Give a little to gain a lot. Rule number 2 is you don't need anyone's permission to think or behave like an owner. You don't need anyone's permission to do it. Take the initiative. If you know it needs to get done, do it. You'll stand out for all the right reasons.
Yes, sir.
And my 3rd rule is I Will Enterprise. The word enterprise means to take on a business venture that involves calculated risk and opportunity. I Will Enterprise. So when a person says my name, says my company, it's not because my company's name, it's not because my name is Will Smith. It's because you're telling yourself, I will take on a business venture that involves calculated risk and opportunity. Ladies and gents, I'm not here to be a 9 to 5. I'm here to be an owner.
Let's go.
Hey!